That's how we gonna have it. We're gonna have us just a regular Black History conversation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hi,
real
everybody.
Black History.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's Karen Rogers, and I've got Mel. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
All right, my latest blog was about cotton, and I had some. I picked some from the farm down in Kansas, in the southern Kansas, and
You
I.
ain't picked no cotton. Let me see your hands. I
Yeah.
can tell if you done picked some or not.
and but I used it for a blog, for an educational blog, and I just wanted to have a conversation with you about cotton. So tell us about cotton.
Okay. Well, there's one thing I can tell is by the looks of your hand, you ain't picked no cotton.
No, I picked a couple stocks.
Oh, okay, you picked the stocks, but you didn't get that bud. You didn't get them out the bud. Your fingers is too pretty.
That's right.
Yeah, but what you want to know about cotton? What you want to know, or what you want to know about it?
Well, tell me what when you think of cotton, like what do you
When a
think?
person,
Because I'm
okay, like when a person says cotton to me,
yes.
okay. Now remember, I'm 59 years old, so when you say cotton to a person that's 59 years old, our way of perceiving cotton is different from if you ask somebody that was maybe 20 or 25 years old. Because my age, when you mention cotton to me, the first thing we think about is how we just missed it. See, I just missed it. See, my fingers are still pretty. See, I just missed the cotton field. See, when I was born, I just missed it.
Did you have do you have any relatives that
Yeah. My auntie and her mama and yeah, I know. I got some relatives that been down in yeah. But I ain't no. I mean, black person that ain't got no relatives that been in the cotton field. I mean, if they go back far enough, because cotton is more valuable than gold. I mean, it was a commodity back then. I mean, they was trading cotton for whiskey and cigarettes and everything else. I mean, cotton is very important.
Yeah, that's something I learned. I didn't realize how lucrative. Well, obviously it's lucrative, but it's more lucrative than I thought. It's a cash crop, and it's grown all over the world,
Yeah.
and it's been used since 500 to 5,000 years
Oh, way
BC.
before then. Yeah,
Yeah,
way before then. See, the only difference is that, see, when I was born, we think about, well, before I was born, they think about how hard it was to get to the cotton. See, we think about the suffering. But then when you ask people that was born in the 70s and the 80s, they think about how comfortable and how good the cotton is. See, the struggle's over with. They don't think about the struggle. See, they think about how warm it is, how good it makes me
right,
feel,
right.
how I get to lay down in 1,000 counts. Well, I mean, you don't know what them fingertips went through to get them 1,000 counts. See, you see what I'm to make a long story short, the 80 babies get to enjoy what the cotton feels like and look like. Yeah.
And to pick out a seed.
Well, see,
Um,
that was the whole boy. I'm gonna tell you, if you ever really want to know the job of a cotton picker, go find you a piece of cotton.
yes, which I have.
Go get you a piece of cotton. Now, where yours has already been picked. We talk,
True.
yeah.
Yeah.
We go find you a full blown stem of cotton, and it comes in a bud. It comes in a bud. The cotton is in a bud. Now, the thing about the cotton is that is what you got to go through to get to the cotton. See, it's like it's protected, and to get to that cotton, it's like some little stickers, like they prick you.
Yeah.
And you got to really have a technique or art to get that cotton out of there without tearing your fingers all
Yeah,
up.
it's really sharp.
Oh, it's really, yeah. So could you imagine that being your job? I mean, I tell you what, just a social experience for people to, I mean, just something to do if you ever want to figure out, what people went through to make it comfortable for, you to sleep and smell good in this cotton. Find you a piece of cotton and go out, get the stalk, and try to get the cotton out of the bud and see what you go through, and then you can probably understand what other people went through to get the cotton.
Well, I don't know that you could really understand.
Oh, you
So-
understand when
Well,
you try to go
can
get it out. Oh yeah, you understand. Oh yeah, because it's a job, and just picture it as this is my job. My job is to go out and pick. Now a bale. Now back then you had to have a whole sackcloth. You had to fill it up, and it took a long time. Depending on how good you can get that cotton out of them buds. But you have to fill up that whole bag full of cotton. And the object of the thing is when you go out to try to pick the cotton, is what you got to go through to get. Now this is just one bud. This is what you got to go through to get that cotton out. Now when you go out and you get that one bud and you see what you got to go through, because first when you first get the bud, you're gonna think you just go and just pick the cotton out until you start getting pricked.
Yeah.
And then when you start getting pricked, you're going to try to figure out other ways of how to get it out, which it ain't nothing but one way to get it out, and that's get pricked.
Yeah.
And that pricking it is not fun. It's not fun. But it was a job. So, you just have to imagine that if that was your job and you got paid a penny an hour or however much, well, back then you did it for nothing. You did it for a sandwich, for water.
$2.50 a day.
Yeah, well, they lied. You ain't get the $2.50, because, you normally use that up because you had to get some water or some food, to make it through the day. So you didn't get nothing at the end of the day, but come back tomorrow and try to get, try to earn another meal or something. But yeah, if you ever want to know about, just go out and just find some cotton and just pick a bud out of there.
I don't think there's a lot of cotton fields in Kansas.
Well, that's part of the that's part of the social assignment.
Yeah.
Is that what a person had to do to pick cotton is that you had to figure out a way how to get that cotton out of there.
Yeah.
So just for social experience, if you really want to know what a person went through, because that was their job and that was the only job that was offered to them, go out, try to find a cotton field somewhere. Where's cotton at? That's the first thing you do. So you don't see how hard it is to find it. Then once you find it,
go south.
That's right. Then once you find it, go out, grab a stock. Now don't try to do it right then. Grab a stock. Take it home, because it's going to take some finessing. Take it home, get comfortable, and figure out how to get that cotton out of that bud.
Or how to get the seeds out.
Oh, well, hold on. That's a whole nother different story. Now, remember, when you pick cotton, it was not only important to get the cotton, but you had to it was a seed.
Yeah.
But the seed was buried in the cotton.
Yes.
So you have to, after you done got pricked in your hand, you ain't got no more fingertips. Now you got to search through it and find the seed.
Yeah.
And guess what happened to the seed? Well, you had to get the seed out and you couldn't throw it away or nothing, because, the people knew how many seeds came with a bale.
Yeah.
So it wasn't no way. And if your bale was short, well, then that's a whole nother different story. Yeah.
Now, you said that you went on a field trip.
Yeah, I went to Mississippi, 5 Point, Mississippi. And what happened is that I went to 5 Point, Mississippi one time on a visit with one of my baby's mother. And it just so happens that her family stayed right next door to a cotton gin. And this is the thing, we was in 5 Point, Mississippi. Shout out to Maddie, my baby's mama, my youngest kid's mama. Shout out to Maddie D. Yeah. So we went down there and we was in 5 Point, Mississippi. I never forget it. And this is another thing, how dark it is. The darkness is so thick in Mississippi. We were sitting on the porch, but we can hear the voices of people talking as if, they can see, like it was an everyday normal thing. And we was trying to see where the people was at. We couldn't see, but they carried on as if they knew exactly where they was going. We didn't hear nobody running into nothing. We didn't hear no brakes, no cars, or nothing. So, it was real dark down there. That's the first thing I noticed, how thick the darkness was.
In Mississippi.
In Mississippi, 5 Point, Mississippi. So then, in the next morning, we went next door, and it was a cotton gin, and it was a cotton field. So we actually went out in the cotton field, and I got a piece of cotton. I got the bud. I got the whole stem. Now, this is what I'm trying to ask y'all to do. Because I was curious. I done heard the stories. So I went out and I got the whole stem. I broke it off. I went up on the porch. And when I got up on the porch, I seen the cotton. It was like in a little bud, but I didn't know that the little pricks was going to stick me. So I went in for the cotton and I got stuck. Oh, wait a minute. So that let me know that right there that, hey, okay, this is not as easy as I thought it was. to make a long story short, I didn't get the cotton out. I mean, I got stuck too many times. I mean, I didn't have the technique to get that cotton out. So, I wasn't no cotton picker. So we went next door to the gym. And so happens the gym was running. And so it was a guy there. He took us on a tour. He showed us, but now they got machines. See, that's the
Yeah.
good. See, now that's a whole nother different story too. They got machines to do this cotton now, which is, a blessing to, a lot of people. It's a blessing. We so glad that, and matter of fact, we came up with the machine to pick the cotton. Black people, they pick so much of it, they got their hands chopped up so much, they come up with a machine to learn how to do it easier. But that's a whole nother different story.
Yeah, and there's places in the world where they don't use, if you can't afford the machine, they still pick it by hand.
And I was getting ready to say
Yeah.
that. In Fires Point, Mississippi, they still do it by hand too. And the thing about it is that the people was, but it's a whole nother technique now. Them people, that's the youngsters. These youngsters, they know how to get it now. They know how to do it. Yeah, but they still pick cotton manually, by hand, but they got machines to do it now. But I much more, if I had the opportunity, I would much rather, let the machine do its job. And I'm glad that we got a machine to do it. Yeah, because cotton, it's a dirty but clean business.
You're right.
Yeah,
Right.
And then like I say, cotton is like gold to this day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
The 80 babies on up, they get to enjoy it, and you ask the ones before 80, then they think of it, it was a heck of a job. It was a struggle.
And who was in your family? It was your grandmother?
My grandmother's mother, her mama, her mama's mama, the story goes on.
And they passed the stories down.
Yeah. It was all you had to talk about. You asked anybody who was born back before the 1900s, that's all they got to talk about. Wasn't nothing else to talk about but slavery. That's it. Wasn't no jobs, wasn't nothing else to talk about but the field stories. That's it. Yeah.
Well, what else? Do you have anything else that you can think of before we wrap up this video?
Well, yeah. One thing is that, I'm grateful, that we have cotton, and cotton done come a long ways.
Cotton on?
Yeah, and it's good. It can be appreciated. But then at the same time is that some people, the moral to the story is that a lot of people don't understand what it took to get to this point. Cotton wasn't always pulled by a machine. And a lot of people 80s on up don't know that story.
Well, and even now, like in third world countries, the people with the money will, we'll give you a loan to get the land to farm the cotton, and they end up in a lot of debt, and they're just trying to make money by selling their cotton from the fields, and it's just really sad.
Well, yeah, it's a big
especially
business.
in India. There's a lot of
wild pork. They take advantage of.
Take advantage.
The thing of it is this is the way the game goes. If you want to look at the big story, it's like I say, cotton is like gold. So what they do is the government, they buy a property, and they steal. It's another form of slavery. They buy up the people in debt. They countries ain't got no other. Well, what they do is they start wars and chaos, and so you need money. You tear your whole city up or you destroy your whole city, so you need money. So they sit right here and they come to bail you out. But when they bail you out, they say, well, look here, we need that money back. Well, you don't have the money to pay back the loan. So they say, well, what else you got? Well, I got property. I own this. I own that.
Yes.
And that's how the government does.
And there's a lot of cases in India where there's a lot of suicides because people are in such despair that they can't afford their farms. And it's just a real awful problem.
It's disrespect to man.
But now,
money.
Yes. There is, you try to look at, well, is there anything positive that came out of this? There was some music.
Yeah, there's a lot of positive stuff came out of cotton. Look at us. I love my little cotton.
I love my
It keeps me warm. I love it. I'm just glad that I lived long enough to enjoy it. It's a lot of people, they ain't here to enjoy, the cotton that was picked, that they done pick, but cotton done come a long way. So,
we can wrap it up with a song.
Yeah.
Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton. Jump down, turn around, pick a bale a day. Oh Lordy, pick a bale of cotton. Oh Lordy, pick a bale a day. That's Lead Belly, Lead Belly, Lead
Then,
Belly.
yeah, I think I remember him. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, he's one of them. Yeah, that's kind of
Way
back.
back.
Yeah, he's way back there. Yeah.
I'm Karen Rogers. I educate, motivate, and entertain. Mel, thanks for joining me.
Hey, Black History.
And we'll see you next time.